to slap the hell out of Crispin right now. I'm about to give him this fresh skibbity pap all up. Ooh, I'm gonna slap his whiskers off. I'm gonna slap him so hard, catnip dust gon'. Oh, you watching me sleep for, Clancy? You trying to give me that fresh skibbity paps while I'm asleep? I was just... You always trying to slap me in my sleep, yeah. Clancy. Why don't you go find some business, man? Go smoke some catnip or something, man. Get your life together.
Hey, Dad.
What's up?
Why does the Little Mermaid wear seashells?
Probably because that's the fashion where she comes from.
And where's that?
The ocean?
That's not what Uncle Brandon said.
What did Uncle Brandon say?
He said she wears seashells because she grew out of her pea shells.
I see, this is why...
What's up, YouTuberverse? It's RB back again. Ja Morant finally got his suspension, and the NBA world reacts. Guns and Buns. Nuance Machine, episode 36. Let's kick it. All right, before we get started, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out my shop, breezysprints.com, where you can find all original designs printed on high-quality tees, tank tops, sweatshirts, and hoodies. All designs are done by yours truly, and without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so Ja Morant finally got his suspension. It's 25 games. That is significant. It's 30% of the season. And personally, I think it's fair considering the fact that nobody got hurt. He technically didn't break any laws, but it sends a much stronger message than that 8-game suspension was. That playing with guns on Instagram Live or on the internet, period, putting out that image out there is not just bad for you, it's bad for the league. And you're messing with a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They don't play about their money. So Ja Morant has responded to his suspension, and he says this: I've had time to reflect, and I realize how much hurt I've caused. I want to apologize to the NBA, the Grizzlies, my teammates in the city of Memphis, to Adam Silver, Zach Kleiman, and Robert Pera, who gave me the opportunity to be a professional athlete and have supported me. I'm sorry for the harm I've done. To the kids who look up to me, I'm sorry for failing you as a role model. I promise I'm going to be better. To all my sponsors, I'm going to be a better representation for our brands. And to all my fans, I'm going to make it up to you, I promise. I'm spending the off season and my suspension continuing to work on my mental health and decision making. I'm also going to be training so that I'm ready to go when I can get back on the court. I know my teammates are going to hold it down, and I'm sorry I won't be out there with you at the beginning of the season. I hope you'll give me a chance to prove to you over time I'm a better man than what I've been showing you. Sorry for butchering that. I sometimes struggle to read out loud. Now, I personally like this apology a lot better than his last apology. Now, I'm not naive. I know that this was most likely written by like an agent or somebody who has a little bit more writing skill than Ja Morant. But honestly, at this point, talking doesn't really mean much. But I don't want to go the route that Stephen A. Smith went.
Ja Morant, nobody believes you, bro. Nobody believes you. But the fact of the matter is, Ja Morant, and I'm speaking directly to Ja Morant and his family, the reason why you're not believed is because you already lied. Liar! And that statement that Adrian Wojnarowski, the ultimate insider, just read on the national airwaves that he received from your agent, okay? I'm not casting aspersions on your agent or anybody else. I'm saying it sounds somewhat similar to what you said on camera months ago with your first suspension. So Ja Morant has to understand you're not believed because the mistakes you made, you not only looked Adam Silver in the face, you went on camera on national TV getting interviewed by Jalen Rose, and you clearly lied. Liar! No one believes you.
Look, Stephen A. needs to knock it off, man. This whole "we don't believe you," wag your finger, disappointed, Stephen A. shtick that he has going on is a little ridiculous. This is the type of behavior that contributes to the narrative that some black folks feel like Stephen A. Smith is always harsh on black athletes. Like, this isn't about whether Ja Morant is a liar or not. Liar!
Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Like, I don't get it. Do you think that he's thinking in his head, like, they believe my lies again? Get me my pistol, Alfred. I need to go live. Like, dude, is so ridiculous. Characterizing Ja as a liar because he said he was going to work on his behavior and his behavior didn't do a complete 180 immediately doesn't really sit well with me. Like, making major changes takes time. You know, if you want to call him immature, fine. You want to say that he lacks awareness or he lacks experience, fine. But why are you characterizing him as a liar? It's interesting to me.
Everybody lies.
Listen to Brian Windhorst describe the financial penalties that go along with this.
I will guesstimate at this point he is at least looking at $50 million in losses because he's going to face the no pay for these 25 games, the no pay for the 8 games he already had this last year. And there is no doubt in my mind he would have been all NBA had he not had this incident last season. He didn't make the All NBA team. That cost him $40 million in bonus money. It might even be closer to $60 million, not to mention potential lost business with sponsorships.
So if this doesn't teach Ja a lesson, nothing will. It's not about believing his apology statement. It's about Ja's ability to recognize consequences. Like, if you look back at all the things that have happened surrounding Ja, from the conflict with an employee at a Foot Locker and mall security to allegedly intimidating a teenager with a pistol after an altercation on a basketball court at Ja's home, to someone in Ja's camp allegedly pointing a laser at the Pacers team bus after a game. Like, there was no consequences for any of that. So he finally gets some consequences for the pistol in the strip club incident where he flashed that on IG Live. But this is the first time we've seen major consequences. And now he should know that this cannot happen again. So if you're Ja, the only time you should ever find yourself with a gun in your hand is if you're hunting, if you're at the shooting range, or if somebody breaks into your home. That's it. That's literally the only reasons you should have a gun. And look, you can say the same about Ja and Zion Williamson. Playing like the superstars that you all are will make all these negative stories go away. So just work hard, get back on the court, and all of this you can put all this past you. Just do your thing next year. And Ja, for the love of God, do not flash any more weapons. I don't care, gun, knife, nunchucks,
skills,
katana, I don't care. Leave it all at home. If you're gonna play with it in the privacy of your own home. No cameras allowed. All right, we're gonna do something a little bit different here, guys. I just wanted to say thank you for being here at the very beginning of my YouTube journey. It really does mean the world to me. I want you guys to know a little bit more about me. And so first off, I'll let you know that I am not much of a baseball fan. I do follow the Phillies because I live in Philly, and I follow the Yankees because they were my childhood team. And before you roast me, just know that the reason for being a Yankees fan is because from every little league team that I was on from the age of like 8 to like 13, I was on the Yankees. Okay, I even switched leagues and still ended up on the Yankees. Completely different league, still on the Yankees. So and back in those days, like, the Yankees were the shit, and Derek Jeter was my favorite player when I was a kid. So yeah, that's my reason for liking the Yankees. But with all that being said, if you give me some alcohol, a comfy chair, or a couch to sit in and put on a baseball game,
You have to go night-night, nigga. You have to go night-night, nigga.
that's exactly where I'll be, asleep. Going to games is a completely different story. Going to games are fun, like getting me a couple beers, having a hot dog, enjoying the nice air. But my point is that I don't follow baseball nearly as closely as I follow basketball and football. And so I probably won't make any content on baseball unless it's just something super major. So this summer, I will actually be focusing on other things. I will still do some content on off-season news for like football and basketball, but this summer is an opportunity for me to dive into something new. So, a little something to know about me. I have 3 major passions in my life. The first is sports. I wanted to be a sports broadcaster when I was in high school. I wanted to be on ESPN so damn bad back then. Of course, that didn't happen, but a guy can dream, which is why I've started my own YouTube channel. My second passion is cannabis. Yeah, the devil's lettuce. That's right. Look, I believe in the power of medical cannabis. There's so much research that can be done, that needs to be done on the medical benefits of cannabis, and I think that we've just scratched the surface. Also, there's tons of things that cannabis can be used for, from textiles to plastics. There's a lot to learn from this plant. I actually believe in the power of the plant so much that I actually went back to school just so I could learn more about horticulture and plants in general. And now I work in the cannabis industry for a living. So you'll see in several videos where I wear hats from several different cannabis companies. And that's because I work in the industry. And finally, my third passion is music. I am a complete music junkie. I'm in the top 97% of all listeners on Spotify. I have a very eclectic taste. My first love is always and will forever be hip hop music. But I also listen to some alternative rock, indie rock, R&B, neo soul, classic rock, funk, blues. I even attempted to teach myself to play the guitar at one point in my life, very, very badly, very badly. And the last time I picked up that guitar was actually just a few weeks ago. I tried to tune it and play it, and when I was trying to tune it, the little E string snapped on me. So we'll restring that at some point and pick that back up. But I'm going to do a new channel where I break down and critique music. I am very picky, specifically when it comes to hip hop. Hip hop music is the most popular genre of music on the planet. There's so many subgenres. There's a lot of hip hop out there that I think is absolutely terrible. But also, I mostly listen to hip hop. So there's a lot out there that I really like, but there's a lot that I really don't like. So look out in the future for videos of me breaking down lyrics or reviewing a new album. Look, I've listened to the new Killer Mike album and a few tracks from the new Queens of the Stone Age album. I've listened to some tracks from that new Hit Boy album, and that's just the music that came out today. So I stay on top of music just like I stay on top of sports news stories, and I'm really looking forward to it, guys. But that's going to be all for this one. I'll see you on the next one.
Can't wait.
Love you guys. Peace.
Dark side, light this bitch up.